Good morning. How's it going? It is Thursday and we are doing yoga today, yoga stretch with some foam rolling. So we'll start with that. I'll show you some foam rolling techniques to kind of prep the muscles for the stretch to come. And then there's also some unique stretches that we can do actually using the foam roller to facilitate a deeper stretch. So just a couple of those. But we're going to start with push-ups, and I do have a step here. I think I mentioned it yesterday, and I apologize. I didn't put this in the picture this morning. Thought about that later, but it's not absolutely necessary that you have this step, but I'll do it again tomorrow, so you'll know tomorrow when we do our push-ups, we're going to do it again like this with a little variation. So let me see who is here. I'm going to walk up slow, do my little finger swipe maneuver. And I see one person. I see Betsy. Yay, Betsy! The only reason I know is because I can see your little profile pic. It's like a teeny tiny circle up here in the top right. And again, I don't know what happened yesterday. Oh, there we go. I see a hello. Hi. Good. I don't know. It was weird yesterday. I didn't see any of the comments, but the comment box was there. There's just always something technologically to kind of mess with my brain, it seems like. But anyhow, I hope that everybody got a good night's rest and that you're ready to just get a good stretch. I want you to think of stretching as dessert for the body. And just because you're not burning 5 billion calories, it does not mean that this is a useless, worthless form of movement. It actually is part of your recovery. And as you recover, the muscles heal and repair quicker. And then you're better able to go back and do some of those hard workouts where you can burn 1 billion calories. So sometimes there is that thinking of like, I ought to get out and just, run 10 miles. And I don't know if everybody thinks that way, but I mean, I used to think that way myself. It's like, even though I like to stretch, you're thinking more about fitness in terms of just always about strength and cardiorespiratory function and burning calories. But this is going to help. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people have lost weight doing yoga, and it's interesting. There's several reasons for that, but I think one of the primary reasons might be that as you reduce stress, and we know that yoga does reduce stress because of the deep breathing and the relaxation, and as you release tension in the muscles, it releases tension emotionally, psychologically, and as you release the stress out of your body, you don't have so much cortisol coursing through the bloodstream, and we know that cortisol will preferentially deposit fat in the abdominal region. There's plenty of studies on stress and abdominal fat and cortisol levels rising when you're sleep deprived. It just goes on and on and on. But anyhow, so think of it in terms of that and how that's going to assist you maybe ultimately in your weight loss, fat loss goals. So we're going to do our push-ups, 2 sets, 20 reps, a little rest, and then we're going to do 16. I said 15 before, but 16 because I want us to be even with what I'm going to do here on the step. All right, and if you did not see it, I have uploaded just a brief little tutorial on different ways that you can do your push-ups. So rather than going through all that now, we're just going to get right into it. So shoulders rolling around, nice and loose, and let's come down onto wherever you're going to do your push-ups. Wall, ottoman, chair, bench, floor. So I'm going to be doing these on the bench, and this is a bent knee push-up. So we're going to start with the left hand in the center of the bench right there. The right hand is going to come down. My chest comes right to the corner of the bench there, and then I come up and switch. So there's 1, and then there's 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, breath down. Exhale up 6, and 7, 8, and 9. And 10, halfway there. You can even go faster. You can do a little push, so it's a little plyometric explosiveness there in the chest and shoulder muscles. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. One more time over here. And then you're going to push back and do a quick little stretch as you drop the hips back over the heels. Stretch those arms long across the bench. Big inhale breath here. Exhale it out. Good, and then come up to kneeling, and then just roll shoulders around to the back. Good, and then stretch the arms out and up in front. Inhale. Exhale, sweep those arms to the back. One more time, reach the arms out and up. Inhale. And then exhale, breath, reach those palms to the back there. All right, so second set. So it'll be 8 on each side. Again, starting with the left hand more kind of in the center. Abdominals are tight. Let's go down on the right hand, come up and switch. Down on the left hand, up and switch. Inhale down, exhale up. Halfway there. 9 and 10. Keep going. 11, 12, 13, 14. 2 more. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up, and then just push your hips back, drop your head and stretch it out. Breathe. Good, release, come on up into a high kneeling position again, and then inhale breath, reach both arms out and up, look up, and then exhale breath, shoulders down, push the palms to the back, so you're opening up through the chest and shoulders there. Again, inhale, reach up and out, and then exhale breath. Good, all right, and then just kind of shake it out. All right, I see lots of you have logged in, yay. So I'm going to scoot my bench out of the way here. Yeah. Uh-oh. Did I get out of the camera? All right. So as you can tell, I've got lots of foam rollers here. I actually have one more, like that one. If anybody needs one, I'll sell it to you. But anyhow, I've got 4. So this one's probably the softest one. This is made by Trigger Point. It is kind of squishy, and it has a grid pattern in it. So I like this one a lot. Just to start with, this one is called a rumble roller. It has protrusions, little knobs that stick up, and those kind of dig into the muscle fibers, separating them out if you've got scar tissue or adhesions. This one is softer, so it has a little more give. This one, however, this is, as a friend of mine named it, this is the off-road 4-wheel drive foam roller, because it's just super, super hard. That's the same brand as that. It's also called a rumble roller, but these are much more dense. So this would only be used for maybe those really stubborn, bigger muscles. I mean, you certainly wouldn't want to use this on some smaller muscles like, chest, shoulders, or forearms, but more so your glutes, hamstrings, and maybe upper back. So I might be using that in a little bit, but for now, it's just going to go there. And then again, this one is completely smooth, which is fine, but there is some research that seems to indicate that the slight pattern in here, that grid pattern, might be better because it can just sort of help separate through those muscle fibers, right? So I'm going to start anyways, on my Trigger Point one. So just place your foam roller here behind you, and then I want you to sit right up on top of it, and we're just going to start with the gluteals, all right? So the hands come behind you. You can either flat hand it or fist like that if you have bad wrists. So we're just going to go back and forth right across those glutes. Take your time and try to relax the buttock muscles as you do this. So you're just kind of rolling front and then rolling to the back. And you might notice that there are little bumps or knots or what feels like bubbles. Maybe, at least in my glutes, it feels like bubble wraps. I'm kind of sore from yesterday's lower body workout. Believe it or not, my glutes were aching. So I hope some of you are sore too, because misery loves company. I don't want to be the only one. All right, so we're just going back and forth. And when you find a little spot that's tender, try to just hang out there and let the muscle release. So you've got to breathe, inhale, And then exhale, try to just soften the muscles, allow that foam roller to push up in there and do its work in releasing the tension, releasing any spasms you might be having in your muscles. All right, and then just one more time, front to back. Good. All right. So next we're going to do the piriformis muscle. So let's pick up your left foot, flex it, cross your foot over the thigh there, and then just maybe kind of scoot. If you've got a small one like this, you want to position yourself to where you're more in the center. And then take your left hand to the floor. Right hand can just be right across your shin there. So you're just going to roll back and forth right across that one cheek, one buttock, one glute. I never know what to call it. You know, what is the politically correct thing? I don't want to say butt. To me, that sounds like a bad word. I don't know why. There's so many other things we could call it. And believe it or not, I maybe have shared this with some of you before, but there's a game. What is it called? Balderdash. So it's a really fun game if you have a bunch of like just kind of smarty pants. And you basically draw a card and you look at the word, and it's just odd words that you've probably never heard of, and everybody makes up a definition that sounds Webster-like. Anyways, long story short, the word purple, so that's like purple, the color purple with the letter C. Purple is actually another name for the gluteus maximus. I don't know where that one came from. So let's roll out our purples. Sometimes I wonder if any of that's even real. It's like, really? I mean, I got to do a little research on that word again and make sure that's even legit. Okay, so let's take it to the other side. And as you can tell, if you're doing it on a yoga mat, sometimes it just curls it all up, but it's okay. We'll straighten it out in a bit. So now you're going to sit on your right purple and kind of drop the knees over here. Right hand is on the floor. Pick up your right foot and flex it, and then cross your ankle right over the thigh there. And then you can just hold onto your shin, and then we're just going to go back and forth. So you're really only moving across a span of about 10, 12 inches at the most. So just kind of right to there. And this should feel really good because the leg in this position is already stretching the piriformis. So we've kind of like exposed it. We're stretching it out. And then you're doing foam roller on top of that. It's kind of maximizing the benefit that you're trying to get here in terms of releasing and loosening up that piriformis muscle. And again, if that muscle is tight, in maybe 30-40% of the population, the sciatic nerve bundle runs right through the piriformis muscle. So if that muscle's tight, it's kind of irritating those nerve endings, kind of strangulating them, and that can cause that sciatica pain, kind of that shooting pain down the back of the leg or even up into the lower back. Not good if you've ever had it. And then again, if you find a spot, just kind of hang out, and you can even kind of roll a little bit side to side like that. This feels good, especially after yesterday's workout. If you did the legs, did the lower body. All right. So next we're going to go to the hamstrings. So what I want you to do is just sit behind the foam roller here. Okay? And then just park the foam roller right underneath the hamstrings. Hands come behind you. Push yourself up and straighten the legs. So you're just going to roll from the backs of the knees up to the tops of the hamstrings there, just kind of right where it meets the glutes. And then just slowly roll back to the knees. And then push to roll forwards. And then come on back. So you can flex the feet, roll forwards. Again, you find a little spot that's maybe tender. Sometimes it might be right in the middle of the muscle, right in the belly of it. Other times you might feel more tenderness kind of at the attachment point. So this is just a little swinging of the legs from left to right. So it's a technique called pin and spin, where you sort of set the muscle right on top of either the ball or the foam roll or whatever implement you're using. And then rather than rolling front to back or side to side, you're sort of going in this circular pattern. So it's kind of twisting and pulling the muscle fibers in that direction. Maybe trying to address adhesions that are just stubborn and won't let go. And you can do that all across the hammies there. Good. Okay, and then let's do the calf muscles one at a time. So set this right underneath the calf in the middle. You can use your other foot here just to kind of help lift you up. So again, hands are behind you, lift your hips, flex your foot. If that's too intense, just let it be soft, but flexing it is stretching it already, and then you're doing foam roller on top of that. It's kind of maximizing the impact. So I'm kind of rolling inwards here. So this is internal rotation of my leg to hit more of the inside of the calf muscle, and then I can go out that way. External rotation, getting those peroneals. Feels really good. Okay, and then let's just do the other side. So set your left calf right on top, right foot over there, hands push you up and hold you up, and then there we go. I'm just going to move these out of the way in case it's blocking. I don't know. And then we're going to go kind of out to the side like that. So that's going to get the outer portion of your calves. These are called your peroneals. Sounds like a flower, doesn't it? Not perennials, but peroneals. It's the new word for the day. And then we're going to kind of rotate inwards, so internal rotation of your hip, and then get the inside. Oh yeah, feels really good. All right, so next we're going to go for the back. So I want you to, it's funny how this mat just keeps scooching back, back, back. So place the foam roller right underneath your shoulder blades. So you're going to be right there, okay? And then set the feet hip width apart, lift the hips up, interlace the fingers behind your head, and just let your elbows kind of flare out. So you're just going to roll back and forth across the area there. So not all the way up to your neck, but not all the way down to the lower back. So just right kind of where those shoulder blades are. So this is foam rolling your traps. Believe it or not, your traps come all the way down to here. Your rhomboids, your lats. It's a whole back stretch and massage. Good. Just a couple more, front to back. Good. And then what I want you to do, let me just scoot forwards because I tend to move around, is go ahead and drop your hips down. Let your elbows flare out so that foam roller is right across the shoulder blades. Take an inhale breath here. And then on the exhale breath, just allow your upper spine to drape over the ball. Drop your head back. Let those elbows flare out. And just breathe right here. So nice thoracic spine extension. Inhale breath. Exhale it out. Push those elbows out one more time. Inhale. And then exhale it out. Good. Now slowly elbows together, tuck the chin of the chest, pull yourself up and push with your legs. And then we're going to come all the way up. And next we're going to do the lats. So come over onto your left hip. Pull this mat out here. It's wanting to run away. And then just right, so if this is your armpit, just right below it, right there, kind of on the meaty part. This is your latissimus dorsi muscle. So stretch that left arm out and then just park it a little bit below it. Bring your right foot behind there and your left leg's just kind of out there in front. Okay, so you're going to lift the hips up and then just push with that right leg. So if it's too intense, you could just simply lie here and just kind of let the foam roller push up in there. Otherwise, just do a little bit of a rolling action, going just to below the armpit, right up to just where that shoulder kind of connects in. And just kind of flip that left palm up towards the ceiling. So you go here, and there. Inhale. And then exhale, inhale, and then exhale breath. One more time. Inhale breath, and then exhale. Good. And then we're going to switch sides. So bring this over here. So the lats, that's the muscle that you use anytime you're pulling something towards you or pulling something down. Of course, that's not like a common everyday movement, but we do that exercise using the bands as well as weights when we're doing like dumbbell rows. So come onto your right hip, stretch that right arm out to the side, and then just position the foam roller just a little bit below. So here's your armpit, so just a little bit below, kind of on that meaty part there. And then bring your left knee up, step behind, right leg is out there in front, and then you're just going to lift the hips and push with this left leg, and just roll down there and then up to the top. And every now and then you might need to adjust your foam roller, because it wants to move around. It kind of has a mind of its own, and you tend to sort of wander across your mat here. So just shifting, addressing those lat muscles. So if these get really tight, it just has a domino effect. Just think about this. I mean, in your body, everything is connected. You can't just have a tight calf muscle, for instance, and it not somehow impact the whole body, because there's compensatory movements and ways of ambulating around that sort of try to work around a tight spot or an injured spot. So if your lats are tight, it can start to affect your posture, affect your neck maybe. Sometimes neck problems could be a result of just super, super tight lats. So sometimes this can bring great relief. All right, so come on up to all fours here, and we're going to hit the anterior tibialis. So this is the muscle right here on the front of your shin, kind of out to the side laterally. And we're just going to go one at a time. Usually I do both, but today what I want you to do is bring your hands out there so they're right under your shoulders. Straighten your right leg out, tucking the toes under. Now, as you roll forwards, I want you to drop your hips and then gaze forward. So inhale, breath here. And then exhale, push with your hands, and maybe your hips go up a little bit. Do it again. Inhale, rolling forwards, just to the ankle maybe. And then exhale, push back. And then one more, inhale. And then exhale. Now let's get a little more on the side. So kind of spin that back foot flat there. And then you're just going to roll, pulling the knee up towards your hands and then pushing your foot back towards that right leg. So pull and push back, pull, push back. So you should feel that going right across the outside of your calf muscle. I know it's a little bit awkward probably, but it's good for you because it's working on upper body strength and oblique strength. So let's switch sides now. So step your left foot back and park your right shin on top right there. So on an inhale breath, you're going to roll forwards here, lift the chin and the chest up. And then exhale, kind of roll it back. Inhale, roll forwards. And then exhale, roll it back. And again, inhale. And then exhale. And then spin that back foot flat. Your hands are still planted right where they were. And then just a couple little back and forths here going across the outside of your calf muscle. Pull those abs up. Work those obliques a little bit here. Nothing wrong with a little strength training in your yoga. It all goes together. Good. All right. So next, you're going to drop your knees behind the roller. You're going to position the roller right across the quadriceps. So come right there, come onto your elbows and lift your legs up. And then you're going to pull, go just to above the knees. Do not go on your kneecap, never on a bone. And then just push yourself back, coming to the top of the hips. And then again, inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Now try bending the knees as much as you can and do a couple of rolls there. That's going to, again, increase the intensity and the effect because you're stretching the quads and foam rolling them. If it's too much, just stretch your legs out straight. And then one more little technique. So let the foam roller be just above the knees and then do a little bit of windshield wiper action with your legs where you just let them drop from left to right. So now you're kind of hitting the inner and outer portion of the quads. And as you're doing that, you're just very slowly rolling back until that gets to the top of the thighs. And then let's do one more lap coming up here. Try to relax. I know, it's tender. Alrighty. So, how you feel? I'm going to scoot my mat out just a tiny bit more. So I'm going to show you how to do a wonderful stretch here. I'm going to face this way. So take your foam roller and set it right there on your right side. Okay, so in kind of close to the body there. Come up into tabletop position. So you're going to stretch your left arm out to the side and look up, inhale, breath. On the exhale breath, you're going to thread the arm underneath. Now park the wrist on top of that roller and then roll it across and drop the side of your head and your shoulder down to the floor there. Coming back up, so you kind of roll that roller in, let go, and come back up, inhale, reach. And then exhale breath, draw the belly in, roll that arm across, coming again into that shoulder lat back stretch. One more time, coming back up, inhale, reach. And then exhale breath, threading the arm under, roll it across, and then drop the shoulder down. If you can, stretch the right arm up towards the ceiling. Keep that left arm straight as it's resting up on the roller there. And breathe. Good, bring your right hand down by your face. Come on up. And then let's take the roller over here to the left. I just feel like this is probably the best orientation to show you this. I mean, if I do it side, I'm sorry that you're having to see all that right there. Not that I have a whole lot of that right there, but anyhow, take your right arm up and inhale, breath, reach, reach. And then on the exhale breath, you're going to thread the arm underneath. So again, you kind of park the wrist right there on top, straighten the arm out, and then just roll it across. Drop the side of your head and your shoulder down to the floor. Try to keep your right arm as straight as you can. And then come back up. You kind of roll that roller back in. Inhale, reach. And then exhale breath, roll it across. Drop the shoulder down, drop the side of your head down. Feel that stretch across the upper back and the shoulders. And then one more time, pushing down with your left hand, rolling it in. Release the right arm up, inhale. And then exhale breath. Roll that foam roller across to the left. Drop your right shoulder down, side of your head down. Now stretch your left arm up to the ceiling. Try to keep that right arm straight. Big inhale breath here. Exhale it out. One more time, inhale. And then exhale breath. Bring your left hand down by your face and then roll it back up. Good. And then I'm just going to turn and face this way. Once again, in tabletop position. So that roller is right next to the hands, right in between the hands actually. So take an inhale breath. On an exhale breath, take your right hand on top of the roller, and as you roll that arm out, up towards the elbow, drop your head down towards the mat. Try to keep that arm straight. Now pushing down with your forearm into the roller, come back up, inhale, so left arm straightens. Exhale, go again. Reach that right arm out, drop your head down. Oh, it feels so good. Inhale breath, one more time. Up you go. And then exhale, breath, roll it out so that foam roller comes right up to the elbow almost, and then just relax here. Good, now coming back up, inhale breath, exhale, let's take the left hand now on top, and then as you roll it out, bend your right elbow, drop your head down, and let that roller come up almost to the elbow on that left arm. Try to keep your left arm straight. Inhale breath, pushing down with your forearm into the roller as you come up. Exhale breath, roll it out, bend that right elbow, drop your head down and stretch. One more time, inhale breath, coming on up. And then exhale breath, roll it out, keeping that arm as straight as you can. Drop the head down and just rest here and breathe. Inhale breath. Exhale it out. Good, now roll it back in. Inhale, breath. And then exhale, just push back into a child's pose. Walk those hands out in front. Good. Now come back up. Take the foam roller, set it on the left side of your mat, just right here beside your leg. Come out into an elbow plank position. Okay, so you're just right here on bent knees. Now I want you to lift your left leg up and just park the thigh at the top, the foot kind of at the bottom. If you need to sort of reposition it, I'm going to push mine down just a little bit there. Then I'm going to drop my hips down more and then lift the head and chest to look forwards. From here, I'm just going to roll to the inside and then back up, and then I'm going to roll a little further out and then back up. Inhale, and then exhale. I'm going to roll it out maybe all the way up to the top of that inner thigh muscle. Then when I'm here, notice what I'm going to do with this leg. So we did a little something like this yesterday in that zigzag stretch. So while you're here, see if you can lift that left leg up. So just kind of lift your foot up. So what you're doing is you're internally rotating your left thigh. And so it's sort of allowing that foam roller to address a little more towards the front side of your quads. Do one more little leg lift up. Good. Now roll it so that that foam roller is just inside of the knee there. And then your elbows are down here. I want you to try to press up and inhale. And then on the exhale breath, come all the way down and then walk your hands over here to the right side of your mat. So your right leg is stretched out straight behind you. And you're just really feeling a wonderful stretch, I hope, in your left inner thighs. Good. Now slowly come back to center. Bring the hands kind of underneath and then press yourself up, roll in, and then just bring your knees together and then push back into child's pose. Little stretch here for the back, and we'll do the other side. Good. Come on up. Can y'all still hear me? I'm just asking because the light's off here, but I think maybe just the light is broken, maybe not the mic. Let me see. I'm going to come up slow. Plus, it's just nice to come up and say hi. I see a lot of circles up there up top. I've never seen that before. Hi, Jennifer. Everything good, Jennifer? Jennifer's my tech support girl. Thank you. Yes, okay, thumbs up. Yay, I see it. I saw it. I see the thumbs ups. Yay. Okay. Here we go. Right side. Park your foam roller there. Come onto your elbows. Come into elbow plank. Lift your right leg up. Put your thigh there. Put your foot there. And then kind of drop your hips down. Now we're going to roll out. So now that roller is coming just maybe to the middle of the thigh. And then roll it back in. Inhale. And then exhale. Roll out some more. Relax that leg. Inhale. Roll it in. And exhale, roll it all the way up to the top there, right where it meets the groin if you can. Good, and then just roll it so that it sits right in the middle of that thigh. And then let's do that little internal rotation of your thigh where the leg goes up. Hi-yi-yi-yi-yi. How's that feel? Ooh, lift it up and lower down. If it's too intense, just do a smaller lift, okay? And you might notice that one side you can lift this leg up higher than the other side. That's not unusual for you to have asymmetry there, both in strength and flexibility. Just sort of take note of that and know that you need to probably work on that weaker or tighter side. All right, now stretch the arms out, inhale, breath. And then exhale, come all the way down and walk your hands over to the top left corner of your mat there. So you're going to feel a great stretch across what's called the QL, quadratus lumborum. It's sort of a muscle that sits on the side and kind of wraps around to the back. And just however far down you need to go for it to feel good for you. Again, just listening to your body. Good, and then just bring those hands right underneath and then push yourself up up, and then just come together with the knees and push on back into an extended child's pose stretch. Alrighty, so one more thing with the foam roller, and then we're going to take it to the wall and do some of our wall stretches. So this is for the neck. So you want to be careful and just always, anytime we're stretching the neck or doing anything on the neck, just be mindful of how it feels for your body. And if it doesn't feel good, just don't do it, okay? So everybody's kind of got different issues going on, and there's always sort of that disclaimer, kind of proceed at your own risk. Not that this is a risky thing, but what you want to do is just position the foam roller literally. I'm going to kind of move my mic a little bit. So position it right there in the neck as if it were a neck pillow. And then you can just relax the arms down, sort of reach the fingertips towards your feet. And then I want you to just slowly turn your head from left to right and just relax the back of your neck. Allow that foam roller to kind of massage your neck extensor muscles. Should feel kind of good, I hope. So sometimes I'll show you, and I have shown you, the technique with the two balls on top of a yoga block. So this is just another way of addressing the neck extensor muscles. And then you can do a little up and down as if you're saying yes. So you're kind of just rolling that foam roller back and forth. Now you could dig your elbows in and lift the hips. That's going to be a little bit more pressure, just a little bit. And then again, rocking that head from left to right there, stretching into those neck extensor muscles. Good, drop the hips. And then just bring the knees in, grab behind, and then let's rock and roll it up to a sit. And then I want you to sit now with your yoga mat against the wall. So hopefully you're in a place where you're able to do that, because we're going to use the wall to help with a lot of these stretches. So you're going to sit with your hips right up against the baseboard. And then you're going to bring the feet together, but not like all the way in. So kind of let the feet be pushed out so it's a diamond shape that's a little bit wider. Not so tight. And then press the shoulder blades into the wall. Press your shoulders into the wall. Use your hands to press the knees down, and then feel the back of your head in the wall as well. Let me fix this little mic again. I moved it. All right. So from here, what I want you to do is take an inhale breath. And on the exhale breath, you're going to turn your head to look right, but still kind of be pushing the head into the wall, but also press those shoulders back into the wall. Now turn the head forwards, inhale breath. Exhale, press those shoulders back, and then turn your head to look to the left, but kind of be pushing the head into the wall gently, not like maximum force. And then once again, nose comes forwards, inhale. And then exhale, turn your head to look to the right and be pushing. And then inhale, center. And then exhale, turn your head to look left and be pressing that kind of back corner of your head into the wall. Good, now bring your head straight ahead. Let's stretch this right arm up, inhale. Bring the hand over here to the side of the head and just very gently draw the right ear towards your right shoulder. And then you're going to stretch this left arm across the wall there and get that wonderful stretch down the left side of your neck. Good, now slowly bring your head up and then drop this hand down. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. Exhale, bring the hand to the side of your head there. And then keeping your head still pressing into the wall, just simply drop the ear over towards the shoulder and then stretch that right arm out, but press the hand into the wall there. Good, and then just bring your head up. Nice, and then just bring your hands down, and then hands on your knees, grabbing right here, lift away from the wall here, inhale. And then exhale breath. Lunge your chest forward. So try to keep your back pretty straight, pretty flat. And then you're going to stretch just that left arm out in front of you here. Use this right hand here to press the knee down. What you're going to do is lift the arm up, and as you kind of rest into this right knee with this forearm and hand, you're going to open up, take a little peek underneath your left arm to the left wall. So inhale, and then exhale, come back down. Do it again. So inhale breath, reach this left arm out, and then rotate, looking underneath the left arm. And then exhale, come back down. One more time. Inhale breath, pushing down with the right elbow into the knee, left arm up and rotate, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale breath, come down, and then walk that right hand out in front. Bring your left elbow here just to the outside or inside of that knee, pushing it out. So you're going to float the right arm up, inhale, and then exhale, kind of rotate, take a little peek underneath that right arm and also push down with your forearm. Come back down, inhale, and then reach up, stretching out to the front here, inhale, and then exhale, rotate, look a little bit further underneath that arm if you can, and then release it back down to the floor. And then last time, pressing down onto that left knee with your forearm, inhale, reach that right arm out first, and then exhale, open up, take a little peek out there to the right, and then release back down. And then just roll it all the way up. Good. And then let's walk the feet in closer now. So you do want just this tight little butterfly sit position. Should feel good though, because your back is fully supported by the wall. So your hands are going to come right here and just lift the knees up a little bit. So it's going to take a little strength to do that. So take an inhale breath. And then exhale breath. Press the knees down and just relax in the groin, in the inner thighs, in the hips. Now on an inhale breath, try to push your knees up, but apply a little pressure with your hands so there's a little tug of war there. And then exhale breath, relax, let your knees fall back out. Do it again. Inhale breath, push those knees up, up, up. And then exhale breath, release. Once more. Inhale breath, pushing your knees up, hands pushing down into the knees, creating a little tension there in those adductors. And then exhale breath, relax, stretching out your adductors. Those are these muscles right here. Good. All right. So you're going to bring your feet out in front here and just kind of shake, 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 and roll it out. All right, so come up to a kneeling position here. So if your mat is very thin and you're on top of hard floor or concrete or ceramic tile, here's what I want you to do. It's essential that you do this, even if it doesn't hurt when you don't do it. Just do a little triple fold of your mat like that, because I want you to have more padding, because we're going to be up here in this high kneeling position. I mean, I've got a pretty thick mat, and then there's carpet, and then there's padding under that. So I'm just going to be here. So come up to kneeling here, and I want you to have maybe just about that much space between your hip and the wall. So you're going to be facing straight on here. So I want you to take your right arm, that's the arm that's closest to the wall. Your right hip's against the wall. Sorry, I don't know if I said that. Inhale, breath, reach this right arm up. And then exhale, turn to face the wall, and then just stop your arm at parallel so that palm is on the wall there. Now, use your left arm, it's bent, fingertips there. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Try to push with the fingertips and push with the palm and rotate around even more. So this should feel good because the hips are kind of fixed in space. And then release, inhale, breath. Again, exhale, push with the fingertips there and that right palm there. Try to rotate and look around a little bit more. Good, and then release once more, inhale breath. And then exhale breath. Walk those fingertips back a little bit farther and then rotate. Stretch your left arm up to the ceiling. Inhale breath. Exhale, can you kind of push your chest in towards the wall? Good, now come away a little bit. And then slowly keep that right hand where it is, drop that left hand down. Now you're going to rotate the other direction. So you're going to do your best to try to turn towards the center of the room. So as you do that, you're going to feel a wonderful stretch across the pectoralis, the deltoids here, even your bicep muscles. So just sort of turn this way and then relax a little bit. Inhale, breath. And then on the exhale, rotate again towards the center. And then one more time. Inhale. And then exhale, breath. Rotate that chest around this way. You can bring this left arm down just right beside your leg there. And just feel that wonderful stretch across your right pecs. Good. Now just slowly release out of it. You always want to go into stretches slowly, but you also want to come out slow. Circle that right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Inhale. And then exhale. Drop it all the way down. And then just come into tabletop position here and round your back up. So squeeze those abdominals up. Tailbone points down. Shoulders spread apart. And the chin is to your chest. Exhale, round. All right, walk the hands in and come up. So we're going to spin around and just go the other way. So adjust your mat accordingly. And again, you've got about this much space between the left hip and the wall. So you're not like all the way up against it. You got a little bit of space there. All right, so up nice and tall. So kind of flex those glutes, pull those abs in, stretch that left arm all the way out and up. Inhale. And then exhale, turn your body to face the wall and then just plant that left hand right there, right? So it's parallel to the floor, and then bring fingertips there like that. So I'm sorry, I know your back is to me, but you just do your best to follow my cues. I try to verbally cue in such a way that if you were blind, you would know exactly where to go. All right, so you're going to rotate more around to the left. So kind of push that left palm into the wall, push the right fingertips into the wall. Rotate your torso. So it should feel good because, again, those hips are pretty fixed. They're not going to be able to follow around and cheat as well in this fixed position. Release, kind of turn your head back to face front. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's rotate around again. So pushing with your left palm into the wall. See if you can go around a little bit farther there. Good. And then release, facing the front. Inhale, breath. And then exhale, breath. Rotate around. Turn and look over that left shoulder. Good. All right. And then facing the front. Inhale. Now exhale, we're going to come and twist around to the right. You're not going to be able to go nearly as far because this arm is stopping you. And so just try to turn and look towards the center of the room. And then release a little bit. Inhale. And then exhale. Try to just push that left shoulder towards the wall. Rotate around. Try to look towards the center of the room. Keep that left arm straight. And then release. One more time. Inhale. And then exhale once again. This time we're going to go as far as you can. Maybe take that right hand down just by your thigh and then just pull that shoulder back. Push that left chest forwards as you turn and look to the center of the room. And then just return to center here. Slowly stretch this left arm up. Inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands down here into tabletop and then round your back up. Cat stretch. So abs are pulled in. Inhale, breath, flat back, look forwards. Exhale, round. Inhale, flat back. And then exhale, breath, round. Hold the stretch here. Good. All right, come on up. So I'm just going to scoot my mat all the way into the corner here. So I'm going to use the wall now that's in front of me. Okay. So what you want to do is still in that kneeling position. Again, double up your mat if you need to get more cush there. But as you stretch your arms out, you're almost to the wall, not quite. So just maybe a couple inches away when you're just like that. So stretch both arms up over your head, inhale. And then on the exhale breath, push the hips back just a little bit. Park your palms on the wall and then just drop your head down. So those hands are higher than the shoulders there. Now push into the wall, tuck the tail under, draw the belly in, head comes up last inhale. And then again, exhale, push the hips back, drop the head and chest down, palms are flat into the wall. One more time, drop the tail down, draw the belly in, roll it up, inhale. And this time on the exhale, you can slide the hands down, you can push the hips back a little more, and then just drop the head and chest there. Let your head just kind of relax. You can turn it side to side. Good. Now tuck the tail under, round the back, roll it all the way up, and then just push away. Relax the arms down, and then the shoulders roll around to the back. From here, what you're going to do is tuck your toes under, in back, and then take an inhale breath. On the exhale breath, slowly lift the knees up, slowly, slowly, straighten your legs all the way, and then shift the weight back into your heels. So you're in this very close stance, down dog, kind of a down dogish, kind of halfway between down dog and forward fold actually. So inhale breath here. Exhale it out. So lift your head up and gaze to the baseboard. Hopefully there's a baseboard right there. And then walk your hands up towards it. Walk your feet in again a little closer, not all the way up to the hands, but right here. Now try to straighten the arms and just lift up a little bit. So you're kind of gazing right there. Your head's probably almost touching the wall there. And then on the exhale breath, you're going to melt into a forward fold. Drop your head down. Now, park your fingertips right there at the baseboard. I want you to shift forwards a little bit and see if you can just put the back of your head, maybe your upper spine against the wall. So I'm up on my tippy toes there. And then release, so push away, let the heels come back down. Inhale breath. And then exhale, shift the weight into the arms, so super straight, strong arms. Lift up on the toes, heels raise up. The back of the head comes under the wall, so I'm looking back at my knees, and now the upper back is kind of pressing into the wall. Now see if you can push your heels down. And then kind of scoop the belly up and in with your back up against the wall there. Stay there for a breath, inhale. And exhale it out. Good, now just release, start to shift the weight back, back, back. Walk the hands all the way to your feet and come into just a deep forward fold. Breathe. Good, now walk the hands back to the baseboard. Can you walk the feet in just a little bit closer? Not all the way up to the hands, but pretty darn close. So we're going to do this one more time. So inhale breath. And then exhale, you're going to shift forwards. Let the back of the head, upper back, so maybe more of your back now is on the wall. And you can keep the feet flat on the floor. So I want you to energize your quads. So contract the quads, kind of push in such a way that your back kind of goes up slightly. And then relax. And then once again, kind of push in such a way that you kind of come up slightly. And then exhale, relax. Good, now slowly shift the weight back into their legs and then come into forward fold. Good, now very slowly, you're going to bend the knees. Take your time. As you bend the knees, you're going to drop the hips. You're going to do a little quarter turn and just spin to where you're facing the front. So now you're in this sort of demi little squat position here. Let's open up the feet even more. So I want your feet to be about, your heels anyways, 1 foot away from the baseboard. So from here, what you're going to do is bend the knees and then push your sit bones into the wall. So right now, I know maybe you can't see it. Maybe I'll go this way. So you could have just done a full half turn. I did a quarter turn, but let's say you did a half turn and now your buttocks are against this wall here. So I want you to walk your hands up onto those upper thighs here. Up, 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 inhale. And then exhale, just kind of slide them down over the knees, over the shins, to the ankles, and drop back down. And then do that again. So as you lift the head up, kind of walk your hands up, and then press into those thighs. Inhale, look forwards. And then exhale, slide the hands down, 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 and all the way to the feet. You go. Now, walk the fingertips out in front. If you can, straighten your legs out and then come into a forward fold. So the wall is supporting you. You get to kind of lean into that wall as you're doing your forward fold here. Good. Now come up, and then I want you to walk your feet together a little bit closer, and then bend the knees even more. Okay, so see if you can drop down to where those hips are about even with the knees, and then hands are up here on your lower quads, and then as you come up, bring your back all the way up against the wall here. So shoulders against the wall, head against the wall. Inhale. And then on the exhale, you're going to slide your back down, 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 down the wall all the way. So come all the way down here and then walk those feet out pretty wide. So I'm just going to come a little bit more here so I'm not so much in the corner of the room. I'm in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. All right, so you're just in this little squat position and the back is supporting your wall. I mean, the wall is supporting your back's against the wall. Now walk your feet out once you're there, okay? And then I want you to bring your hands to heart center. So just draw the hands right here. So the thumbs are pretty much right there in the sternum. And let's just see if you can walk those feet out even more. So sometimes we do this stretch, this pose in yoga class, but if you've got really, really tight Achilles tendons, it's difficult to do because the heels come up and then it's all about a balance issue. So this is one way that you can do this stretch. If we ever do get to this, and you can just do it with your back up against the wall. So you get to use your elbows to push the knees out and the toes are slightly turned out. I know it's not the most graceful position, but it's a fabulous stretch for those inner thigh muscles. Drop your shoulders down and then just gaze forward. So take a big inhale breath here and then exhale it out. One more time, inhale breath and then exhale it out. Good, and then just release those hands out. Walk your feet together there. And then extend the legs out straight, one at a time. And then just shake, shake, shake. Good, and then let's just shake the legs out to a slightly wider position. And once again, buttocks are right up against the baseboard there. So stretch both arms up, inhale. Exhale, draw the elbows down. Do it again. Stretch the arms out and up. So try, as you're doing this, you want to feel your fingertips, the backs of the hands on the wall the whole way. These are called wall angels. So it's an excellent exercise just for posture to kind of help open up right through the upper chest. Inhale, breath, reach. One more time, exhale, breath. Lower those elbows down. Good. Now we're going to take this left arm across and reach towards that right foot, dropping the head and chest down. And then coming up, so circle this arm up and over, bring the left hand down, right arm over that way, and reach for your left foot. Inhale, breath, come on up. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, breath, come on up. Exhale over here to the left. Inhale, breath up, once more on each side. Exhale, reaching over to your right foot. Inhale, breath, come on up. And then exhale over to the left foot. And then inhale, breath up. And then exhale, just coming straight out here. Walk, 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 however far you can go. And just come into a nice straddle stretch and breathe. And just shake, shake, shake. So we're going to do legs up the wall. So the easiest way to get into this is to simply turn so that your left hip is right up against the wall. Okay, and then you're going to come down onto your back, and then you're going to stretch the legs up, and then just kind of swing your hips up and around like that. So I hope that was easy to do. There's probably 10 other ways you can get here, but that's just a way. So you do it however you wish. So again, if you can't see me, just listen to my cues. It should be pretty easy to follow, pretty basic, nothing tricky or contorted here. So the legs are straight up, they're together. So I want you to take an inhale breath first. And then on the exhale breath, bend the knees and come into butterfly stretch. So the feet slide down the wall, the soles of the feet are together. You can grab a hold of your shins or ankles and just draw those heels down towards the groin. And then push the knees out. So this should similarly feel good, like the one that we did with the back against the wall, sitting in butterfly stretch. So I kind of like it on the back. You just feel so grounded and supported. So pressing those knees open with your hands, let's do an inhale breath and start to apply some of that PNF technique where you're pushing your knees in, hands are resisting against it. So push, 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 push. And then exhale breath, relax, let the knees open up. So let's try that again. Inhale breath as you push the knees in as if you're trying to close them together, but the hands are pushing against. And then exhale breath, relax, let the knees press open. One more time. Inhale breath, push the knees in. And then exhale breath, relax, press the knees out. Maybe your knees go all the way to the wall, maybe not, doesn't matter. You just listen to your body and press to where it feels like a good stretch for your hips. Good. Now you're going to bring the knees together and just kind of walk your feet up the wall again so the legs are straight up. Next, you're going to bend just the right knee only. Flex your right foot. Cross that ankle above the knee. I know you're upside down, but you want to come up onto the quad, just at the bottom of the quad with that ankle. And then just push that knee out using your right hand. Now, slowly start to slide your left foot down the wall. So you're bending that left knee. You just stop when you feel a good stretch in your right glutes. So the more you bend that knee and slide that foot down, the more that shin bone comes into your chest and the deeper that stretch. Try not to let your buttocks curl up off the mat, which they want to do. If they start to do that, just stop at that point and try to ground the buttocks down into your mat. Make sure you keep your right foot flexed, meaning that the toes are pulled back towards the knee. That will help protect your knee joint because it engages the muscle that kind of stabilizes the knee and prevents any sort of torquing or twisting in the knee joint, which we do not want. So just stay there for 2 long breaths. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale it out. Once more, inhale. Exhale it out. Good, now slowly just kind of slide your left foot back up the wall and extend the right leg up next to the other. And then we're just going to switch. So flex your left foot, bend your left knee, cross that ankle right over the right thigh. So just above the knee, right at the base of your quadriceps on the right. Now just use your left hand to gently push that knee out. So nice little opening up here. This is a muscle called the pectineus that you're stretching. So it's just one of those smaller rotator muscle groups in the pelvic region, in the pelvic complex. All right, inhale, breath. On the exhale, slowly start to bend your right knee. So you're just sliding that heel down, 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 down the wall. And as you're doing that, notice how the shin now is coming closer to the chest, deeper stretch in your left glutes, specifically in your piriformis. So once those hips start to lift up, just try to stop. You want to just stop at that point and then focus on kind of pressing the pelvis and the hips back down into your mat. And 2 nice long breaths here. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale it out. Once again, inhale, breath. Exhale. Good, now slowly slide that right leg back up and then extend the left leg up. And you can just even do a little leg shaking there on the wall. All right, and then final stretch. You're just going to let the legs open up into straddle. So just slide those legs out. Hopefully you've got room on your wall. And then you're going to press those legs open using your hands to press either below or above the knees. So 2 nice long breaths here. Inhale. And then exhale, give a little press. Maybe those legs go farther. And then one more time, inhale, breath. And then exhale it out. Good, now with your hands underneath the legs, slowly help close them together. So legs come all the way back up to straight. Reach the arms over your head and then bending both knees until you're able to set the feet flat on the wall. Take an inhale breath and now you're going to peel your spine up off the floor, lifting your hips up, up, up. So it's like a shoulder stand but modified, and you've got a lot of help here from the wall. Now slowly lower your spine back down to the floor, 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. And then let's do that once more. So inhale breath. And then exhale breath. Start to peel your spine up off the floor, starting with the tailbone, then low back, mid back, all the way up, up, up you go. Pushing those hips up. And then slowly lower your spine back down to the floor, 1 vertebrae at a time. And then just relax. You can just stretch those legs back up, legs up the wall. So again, this is a restorative pose. This can be very relaxing, very energizing at the same time, especially at the end of a long day if you've been on your feet all day. There's a little bit of swelling maybe going on in the lower body. This is a fabulous way to just help sort of shift all that blood flow back up towards the upper body. Give the upper body a little bit of blood and oxygen there. So stay here for 2 nice long breaths. Close your eyes, relax your face. Big inhale breath. Exhale it out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Good. So to come out of this, just bend the knees, but kind of let the knees fall over to the right. And then take your right hand on top of the left outer thigh and then just stretch a little spinal rotation here. So you're looking over your left shoulder, stretching that left arm out beside you. Good, and then just turn your head back to face and then just kind of walk your feet up the wall. And then take it all the way over here to the left. So let both legs fall together to the left. Take your left arm on top of that right outer thigh and then rotate your head, your torso. Look over that right shoulder. See if you can get your right shoulder all the way down to the floor. Big inhale breath here. And then exhale it out. Good, now just turn your head back to face the ceiling and then turn all the way over onto your left side and then use both hands to push yourself up slowly to a sit. You can stretch that right leg out, right? And then just come up to a sit position here with your legs crossed. Yeah. All right, so arms here beside you. Inhale, float those arms up. Bring the backs of the hands together there and then round your back down, down, down there, reaching forwards. And then just bend the elbows, sort of unfurl it, and then do that once more. Inhale, breath all the way up you go. And then exhale, breath, reaching out, draw the belly in. And then unfurl it. And then open the arms out just halfway here. Inhale. And then exhale, hands come to heart center, and you are all done. Have a very blessed day. I hope you feel good. Hope you got some good stretches in. Hopefully we, stretched out those sore muscles from yesterday and we feel better. We're going to recover faster and just be more relaxed in our day and not walk around. It's not good to walk around super sore all the time. I know it feels good because it's a reminder that you worked hard, but you also want to address that, not just like relish in the soreness and the pain all the time. Okie dokie. I shall see you guys tomorrow for upper body. So we're going to be using resistance bands and weights, and I did upload a little tutorial on how to set the resistance bands up using a door or a piece of heavy furniture like the leg of it. So leave me some feedback. I did want to share one quick thing. I know I'm kind of over time, but I wanted to address one little thing. So y'all have seen the waist trainers, the Kardashian girls and all these like supermodels that have like humongous gluteals and like teeny, 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 tiny waists. They're using these things called waist trainers. So you hopefully know this, but if not, just a warning about those. It is not a good thing to do. The waist trainers are very solid and not a lot of give, maybe a little bit of elastic, maybe just a step above, better than the corsets from, the 1800s or whenever they use those. But what happens is when those abdominal muscles, all the muscles around the core are fully supported by something sturdy, then the muscles go, oh, okay, I don't have to work. I can just kind of shut off. And they actually atrophy and get lazy. And you just, it's kind of like you're squishing this in, but think about a tube of toothpaste. And I was going to show you, but all my toothpaste is at the very end, so it's not a very good example. But if you were to take a fresh tube of toothpaste and squeeze it in the middle, stuff has to go somewhere, right? So stuff's just being squished up, organs are being pushed up, it's hard to breathe, you breathe shallow. There's just some dangerous things that can happen from wearing those. Now I have here, this is a neoprene belt, okay, so it does have some stretch and give, and it does cause you to sweat. So you've also seen people maybe wearing these, thinking, oh, I'm going to make my waist smaller because I'm going to sweat, and yeah, maybe for a moment you're going to be smaller there, but all you've lost is water, specifically in that region of the body, and as soon as you drink a glass of water, it's going to come back. So there is a good use for this, however, and I will just sort of mention this. When I was a gymnast in college, all of us on the team were given these waist belts. And the reason was for a little bit of support, but also, think about gymnastics and that constant bending backwards and over, and then you're kind of standing around just getting cold while you're waiting to do your next routine or whatever. So it was really more of a way to keep the back muscles warm and just provide a little bit of support, but never so tight that you can't breathe. So if you're thinking ever about trying to get some of those waist trainers as an attempt to make your waist smaller, just don't do it. It's really not a healthy thing. And if you just Google it, and not from the celebrity sort of promotional marketing side, but Google it from more of a medical scientific research side, you're not going to find any good information about those. Maybe a little bit of give like this might be good, but just those super tight ones that have like herringbone, and just like squishing you in, not good. All right. So I will see you tomorrow with that said, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.